Okay, so the following video is going to be on corrective exercise continuum of the lower body. So we have Lara in today, who will be my client, and I will be performing the inhibiting and lengthening sequences as a trainer. So Lara had performed the assessment of an overhead squat and the LESS assessment, so the landing error scoring system. And what we had found during both is that her knees come inwards, so causing a knee valgus. So from there, we put a board underneath their heels and she performed the overhead squat assessment again. To that, it did help her squat, but then we hooked her up to an EMG where we found that her anterior tibialis is overactive and that her lateral gastroc is inhibited, so it's relaxed. So we need to get that working and we need to relax the anterior tibialis. So for the inhibiting stage, we're going to be doing trigger pointing on our anterior tibialis. So I have a trigger point ball, and we have her right leg here, most overactive one. So when finding the anterior tibialis, we're going to find the tibia here, about mid-tibia, and we're going to move a little bit to the lateral side of it, where we'll find the anterior tibialis, the belly of it. From there, I'm going to take the trigger point ball, set it down, and then I'm going to be holding this for about 60 seconds with pressure to a comfortable place for Lara where she finds some tension. How's that feel? Good? So we'll hold this for 60 seconds and we'll have a 30-second rest there. And this is something we want to perform daily with her. Good. So we'll pretend I held this for 60 and then she'll rest for the 30. Now the next sequence is the lengthening stage. So we have both a static and a PNF stretch for this. So for the PNF, we'll start off with, again with the right leg. I'm going to have Lara, she's going to be dorsiflexing, working against me, and I'm going to be working with her in plantar flexion, forcing her foot down. So with this one, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pushing down for about 7 to 15 seconds, and then she'll is going to be stretching back. So I'm going to be pushing down, she's going to be forcing her foot up, holding, and this is for about 20 to 25% maximally. Good, and we'll rest for 20 to 30 seconds. How does that feel?
Tiring.
Good, so we'll show it one more time here. Again, I'm going to be pushing down, she's going to be forcing up, about 20 to 25%. Good, and resting for 20, 30 seconds. So that's the PNF portion. For the static portion, we're going to actually get Lara to come and stand up. I'm going to move the Eric and the mat out of the way. So we're going to be using the stool here. She's going to place her one foot up into plantar flexion. So pointed, she's going to come lunge out. I'm going to be right by her side to help foot balance. Good. From here, she's going to apply a bit of force down on this leg to stretch out her anterior tip here. She can raise up her arms then and reach toward the side, give it a bit of a rotation to also stretch. Perfect. Nice job. So that is part of our static stretch.
The next two parts of the corrective exercise continuum is the activate and the integrate. And so to isolate, strengthen the lateral calf now, we're gonna using the stretching cage over here. Gonna have Nicole stand on the ball of her foot. Gonna have her foot slightly pointed at a 45-degree angle while her hips are still forward in neutral position. You're gonna hold onto the cage for support. Gonna stand up one leg now and then push up for 2 seconds and then slowly go down for a 4-second count. We're gonna push herself up again and back down. Okay, Nicole, if you wanna do that for a couple of reps. Isolated strengthening exercises should be performed roughly 10-15 times, 1 to 2 sets. Good. And having the tempo of hold the contraction for 1 second, isometric for 2 seconds, and then the eccentric contraction for 4. Good. Perfect. And now we'll go on to integrated exercises. We have provided 2 for the calf. So for the first one, going to do a single leg Romanian deadlift with a lateral raise and a calf raise, just to get a full body movement. Going to stand on our right leg here. The weight weight in the contralateral upper body. Gonna go down, then open up the palm and lift your arm up, and then do a calf raise at the top. Again, we're going to perform this exercise 10 to 15 times and 2 to 3 sets. Good. Bring your arm up into the lateral raise, and then calf raise. Good. Definitely balancing out. Let's do that a couple more times. Good. Nice controlled movements. All right, and for another exercise, I'm going to use the stability ball here. All right, so we're going to do a stability ball bridge with a chest press and a calf raise again. So we're going to roll out till our head and the shoulders are on the ball. We're going to contract our glutes to really have a flat neutral position. We're going to bring the weights up to our armpits, and in one consistent motion, we're going to push our calves up and the weights up, and then back down together as well. Nice and cool. So let's let it go. Good. So bring the hips up, squeeze the glutes, contract the core, and now bring the weight up, calves up, and now back down. Good. Cole's doing a very nice controlled movement with this. Good. Just want to cue your client to really contract the core and keep the glutes, keep a nice neutral position. Don't want the spine affected at all.